drives aren't going to fill themselves. Greetings and welcome to Die Drug and Die presents Flotsam and Jetsam Season 1 Episode 10. I'm your host, but not the DM. That is Adam's grave responsibility. How's everyone doing on this fine Thursday?
It's Thursday. It's Thursday.
It's Thursday. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had to think there for a moment.
Understandable, really.
Yep, we had done some prep for Grand Temple, but Alma couldn't make it, so we switched over to Flotsam Jetsam. We divvied some of the treasure that we got offline, just because it doesn't make for good streaming. I refuse to have the stream where we're all going to roll for our hit points.
I got a 3! Damn it!
And make a big fucking production out of it.
Three producers and an audio engineer.
Oh, goodness. Yeah. Shots fired.
So, recovery is coming along. Weights are getting to the point where they're heavy. So yeah, today was the first workout in months where I squatted more than I benched.
Okay.
And I'm a squat bro, not a bench bro. So this is like I can usually squat more than double my bench.
Ridiculous weight.
So no, that felt good. And what else did I do today? My dog is feeling better, which is great. She's now being annoying because she's like, I've been in the house for so long. It's like, you've been sick, dog. Don't give me this sass. I want to jump around and be an asshole. This is how we got in this situation in the first place. You're old. Relax. No, she's acting like a puppy again, which makes me think I should probably take her off the painkillers. So she just remembers that she is a German Shepherd with 10-year-old hips. So, you know, she likes the painkillers. She takes the painkillers really. She's like, oh, painkiller time. Woohoo. Stoner dog. No, and then I watched superhero movie. I had like a block of time at work today where I'm like, I'm just going to put something on in the background. And
the parody?
Yeah, like the scary movie.
Yes.
Like the
yes,
Zuckerberg or Zucker and Zucker.
In a while, but I know the movie you're speaking of, yes.
It has a more coherent plot and better general writing than most of like the Marvel movies that come out these days. Like the plot's actually decent, like for a superhero movie. And they fix their own plot holes, right? Like it addresses them in a comedic way, and it's like it's so similar to the current stuff. But that was considered a joke and bad before, and now it's like, no, this is just how people.
Where the irreverence was a joke, yeah.
Well, the irreverence and the fourth wall breaking, and like they look at the camera and wink, kind of thing. I made a joke about that. And so if you take out like 4 scenes that are just way over the top, like the 2-minute farting scene.
I know why I haven't seen this. It's got Leslie Nielsen in it.
So. Leslie Nielsen is a great Uncle Ben.
Marty can't stand Leslie Nielsen.
Yeah, it's definitely that kind of comedy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Isn't there like a 30-second scene where he's just like gang humped by a bunch of small animals?
That's how he got his superpowers. Yes, he got
the slapstick humor. I don't know. It's like the lowest form of comedy.
Thing is,
slipping on the banana humor. It's like, oh god.
The mainstream superhero movies have that in there, and that's kind of my point.
Yeah.
Is this used to be considered a joke, and it's what the modern stuff is. This joke.
Oh, there's a dumbing down. Like in the Discord, I was complaining today. I saw it. I was dumber for having read it. We're in the movies and show channel. I read Post Malone collaborating with Michael Bay. I'm like, okay, zombie movie. I'm like, with an 18-wheeler sent from heaven. I'm like,
what?
Oh. And then Max, I stopped reading. I put the link in there. Max kept on reading, and it's like medieval. So it's a medieval zombie movie where the 18-wheeler sent from heaven comes to save the day. I'm like,
It's Army of Darkness.
Replacing
Ash.
an excellent actor with a 18-wheeler.
Well, and Bruce Campbell
Yes.
being I think he was the director of the first 3 Spider-Man movies, which was the main plot.
Sam Raimi.
Oh, Sam Raimi. Sam Raimi directed them. Bruce Campbell was in them.
Yes. Yeah. I know how you got.
Yeah, how I got it. Yeah, but what was the major plot ripoff that they used for the superhero movie? Because they basically took like X-Men, the first Spider-Man movie, and like The Dark Knight, or actually it's like Tim Burton's Batman, and put them up in a blender and said, just vomited out that in a blender.
What is the movie in the 80s where the cars all go nuts?
Maximum Overdrive.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's basically Army of Darkness meets Maximum Overdrive, but the cars are good guys. Like that's the elevator pitch. I'm like, this is like I felt dumb.
And
just reading those words.
Michael Bay went, I can put this in the Transformers franchise.
Right.
Maybe
I know how to do this.
18-wheeler is pulled by Optimus Prime.
I don't care. Those movies were garbage. They were garbage.
Hey, it could work.
Yep.
I believe it was the second one where Shia LaBeouf gets out of Bumblebee and runs through a slow-mo action sequence for 5 minutes
only to
catch
get back
up to Bumblebee.
He's
running from Bumblebee to Bumblebee through the battle with the Soul Cube, the Omnicron or whatever it's called. I can't remember what with the MacGuffin.
I couldn't even describe the plot of those movies to you. I remember thinking they're so dumb and then just lost interest.
What you need to do at some point, need is not the right word. I used the wrong word. I apologize. I back all the way off of need. A thing that you could do.
Which I probably won't if it has anything to do with the Transformer movies, but go on.
Is you watch a Michael Bay film, any Michael Bay film,
yeah,
and then you watch a movie like Battleship. Because Battleship wants to be a Michael Bay film, but it's not a Michael Bay film. And you'll understand Michael Bay is actually really, 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 really good at making interesting dynamic action shots.
Sure.
And it's because he's able to, like, he has multiple layers of foreground and background, and then he swings the whole fucking camera around. And Battleship has a whole bunch of those shots with a director who's like, I'm going to do it like Michael Bay, and didn't realize you needed all the depth in the shot to make it interesting. So it just becomes a bunch of weird, sweepy camera motions, where it's basically like to appreciate what Michael Bay is, he has perfected, like the rat rod car, or you know what I mean? Like,
yes,
he has perfected the raised up pickup truck,
the holy 18-wheeler in medieval times with Post Malone fighting zombies is not a movie I want to watch. In fact, I will watch it, probably in the same way that Mark watches the B movies.
So
like to see how bad it is.
The Post Malone zombie apocalypse movie in medieval times with an 18-wheeler, Adam wants to watch that. Because there's enough words in there that I haven't seen together that I want to see it, because I haven't seen those things pushed together.
It's a spectacle as opposed to, I don't know. It's a spectacle. A good movie that I watched last night was called Inside. Willem Dafoe has 98% of the dialogue in the movie. So it's a movie where you watch Willem Dafoe talk and go slowly crazy over the course of the movie. And it's like...
That's a good portion of the Willem Dafoe roles.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, cool. It's an interesting movie. If you like Willem Dafoe...
Speaking of going slowly, I watched those Zack Snyder Rebel Moon movies.
Oh my god, they're awful.
The first one, I'm like, there's no story. The characters don't even talk to each other. What the fuck is this?
We have more story in one of our role-playing game sessions.
You know what? When I finished the first movie, I'm like, that's like Zack Snyder's high school D&D campaign, and at the end of it, he realized, "Fuck, I knew nothing about my friends' characters." Oh well.
And then the second movie is a nothing burger. Like
Oh, it is.
nothing.
There is
Nothing
a
happens.
scene in there.
Like nothing happens. Like stuff happens, but at the end, the world isn't moving ahead.
It's a sitcom.
Yeah, yeah.
There's a scene in there where a dude gets kicked off of and when I mean a dude, I mean just like Joe the soldier, like not an important person, gets kicked off a bridge, and it takes him like at least 15 seconds to hit the water, and it's not a big bridge. It's like you fall in the water, like, fuck, I'm wet, and get up and go. It took 15 seconds for him to hit the water.
So you're saying it's American Gladiators?
It was listen. It was one movie. It was one not good movie. That once he put all the slow-mo in, he's like, "Fuck, I got to make this too."
Well,
isn't there supposed to be a
it was
third
like
one?
it wasn't done. Like I was annoyed that the Darth Vader character was scrawny English guy in a fucking suit and tie with a club. I'm like, yeah.
With Jim Carrey, Dumb and Dumber's haircut there.
It was like, you missed. You're trying to create crazy space opera. This is supposed to be the Darth Vader character.
I'm gonna give him this. There were some cool visuals.
Yeah, yeah.
Some neat ideas, and then they're just like pissed down the toilet.
It's like they took the plots of multiple space opera movies, put them in a blender, and now this happens. And we need a guy who
ChatGPT to plot.
Griffins. Yeah, okay, let's put Griffins.
I honestly
and
think
fucking...
ChatGPT would have done better.
Oh my goodness.
Like, it was just...
It was so derivative. They tried to do the Seven Samurai thing, and it kind of fell flat because I didn't care about any of the characters. The fucking guy you just met, who dies fighting a guy in a turret. I'm not spoiling anything. People die in the movie. But we're like, oh, the fucking epic, like, sad music, and it, like, the crescendo, and it's like, I just met this guy. I don't fucking care. I don't care. Like, why?
I watched the second one going, okay, it must tail in. They're gonna flesh out the characters. Nope. We're gonna do 40 fucking minutes of watching slow-mo grain production.
So...
Slow-mo.
So the whole plot line does not make sense in a space opera. It makes sense if it was like medieval Japan.
Yes.
Where that food was important. But you ended up going to the planet with the people who give people food and shelter. A whole planet. Even the rebels said we don't need your grain anymore because we got the planet of people who give a shit. And then the bad guys go there. So the grain as a shield for them to not nuke the village from orbit, it was gone from the scene before. Oh, look at them. We need this grain. No, you don't. You just visited Squid Dude on the water planet who feeds everyone.
Ignoring the fact that you're talking about technology where they can bring people back to life, and they need these medieval farmers to grow their fucking grain. Are you fucking serious right now?
Oh, it's like they mishmashed a bunch of plot lines into this abomination. And to think of the money and the fucking the missed opportunity.
Oh God, yeah. Because there's something there to do something with.
Yeah, you had hundreds of millions of dollars from Netflix to build a space opera. I'll sign up for that job, please.
Hey,
it might be Mongols in space or something, but it would be infinitely more interesting than that.
Adam is over here going this is usually me.
Yep.
I think it's hilarious because I just saw the previews and went, I am not wasting my goddamn time.
I gave it a chance. In fact, I went back and rewatched number 1. I'm like, it wasn't that bad. Wow,
it was that bad.
Yep. I'm usually very forgiving with movies. Like I go in, and within 5 minutes I can tell, okay, turn your brain off and you'll have fun, whatever. I couldn't get past how why did they let him write? Why do they let him write? Why? He's a good director. Don't get me wrong. He can turn a pile of shit into something very pretty, and you only need 45 minutes worth of content to make a fucking hour and a half long movie.
Not much happens in 300. The 300 is still a great movie.
It's a fantastic movie. The plot is not complicated.
It is a short story at most. It's one of those tales you tell around the campfire while drinking. It's a poem. It's
at least it had some grounding in historical fact. This was just like
it was also based off a comic, so he had something.
Wow, this one he based off of Star Wars, but anyways.
I think though it is evidence. Apparently, Disney won't make any Star Wars movie.
All right, let's do a recap of what happened last game. It was called Dead Man's Lament. Mulgrimir leads a squad consisting of Jinshe, Black Dog, Lihida, and Karen down to the sunken shipwreck. They find horrible and death aboard the shipwreck, remnants of the ship's crew. In the captain's cabin, they find an artifact called the Dead Man's Lament. After looting the shipwreck, the Promise sets sail with a distant ship in pursuit. A powerful caster makes contact with Ganzorig, who brokers a deal. The castaways in exchange for a flying beast. Now, the part that Ganzorig did not tell the lady was that we actually recovered the artifact. We left a big undead beastie in the ship, in the bowels of the ship for them to play with. And once we made this exchange for the old man and his son, we are setting sail quickly away from said ship. Now, whether or not we can outrun the woman, the teleporting wizard, we'll see.
Can you outrun, give or take, 26 miles in clear skies?
But we're trying. I think we're
faster.
Outrunning line of sight.
We're full sail trying to get out of line of sight.
All right. Okay. Who you basically previously you had the non-sailory crew going below deck. A few hours has passed. All your spells are down. It's getting late in the day. Are you planning on sailing through the night? Or are you like dropping anchor and everybody just taking a nap? Or
no, I think we're going to try to convince the crew, which is mostly the people that didn't do the fighting, to get us as far away from the teleporting angry wizard. Captain, if we want to keep the artifact, we need to make sure that our ship isn't within sight. I think that's how teleport works. You need to see where you're going.
all right, navigator. Which any advice on direction?
The way we're going, they probably don't know where we're going. Or maybe some serendipitous route to where we're going, maybe a zigzag. Although that's probably not the best way to outrun them. Whatever way the wind is going that's in a favorable direction. Sunwoo's trying to... He's thinking out loud.
It's not a cutter, is what he says. Do you have any ranks of professional sailor?
No. Sunwoo has
he's
int.
He talked about... He said something about the boat, and he shook off zigzag. And...
Okay, Sunwoo go back in. He's looking at magic items that we got from the from our spelunking or our shipwreck diving.
Okay, give me a perception check from Sunwoo.
Perception. Not 20.
Shortstone is helping organize the magic items. And he's, nosy, we'll call it.
All right,
he's taking a keen interest in a few of the things here.
Sunwoo makes a list so that if something goes missing, we'll be able to easily tell.
Are you trying to hide the fact that you're making a list, or are you?
No, the list will be in
obvious.
The list will be in the back portion of his spell book, like his formula book. So if the formula book goes missing, then he tells the captain, and there's this whole like.
Okay. All right. Okay. You identify magic items. People are bedding down to sleep. You've got a shift going on. Ganzorig, you've been in the crow's nest for quite some time.
Yeah, he's
And-
going down below with his with Krim, the the baby griffin. I did create some stats for it. I basically made a griffin with the young simple template, and then
Nice.
applied the animal companion stuff to it.
Yeah, basically, it is something that Ganzorig can bond with. Even if it's not on the normal list, we will make it work because
Cool.
you had
Making it
to
work.
wait, and you're on a boat.
Oh. Come on, little nugget.
So, its name's Nugget.
No, it's Krimlir. Krim for short, I guess, but I think I get to call it little nugget.
How you doing there, little Nugget? There's a snapping kind of. It's got a very powerful beak. Krim gets snapped at. All right. Krimlir.
So Krimlir's got a 20 dex. Feats are weapon finesse and deadly agility. And natural attacks at this size would be a bite for D4 and 2 claws or 2 talons for D4s.
Cool. Poke your eye out.
No pounce, no rake yet. That's when
When they get
she
that
gets big.
when she gets bigger. So, how did you get a bird, lion, dog?
Oh, it's a
a
griffin.
puppy.
It's a griffin. Well, I guess she's a little puppy, yeah.
How,
And so he's petting it.
you got out without getting wet, though. next
Oh,
time you should
I'm
come
the
get
one
wet.
I'm the one that brokered the deal between us and a scary spellcaster lady. She was very pretty, like not as pretty as a Katie, but pretty close. Elves are really good with bows too. Well, that's what I hear. And he's like talking to
Yep.
Karen, but like fussing over Krimlir. He seems to be in a really good mood, like the best mood you've seen Ganzorig
Oh,
on the
How
boat.
come I didn't get no flying eagle alliance thing? I give you one of those.
Oh, talk to
If you-
someone. He's looking at the treasures, I think.
But they got another one in there because I could use one.
do you know how to swim? You weren't down there with us.
What do you want Gotano to do? I'm just a simple sailor who's learning
Swimming
to
is good
sail.
for the mind and the body.
There's
You
a very strong hand that grabs your shoulder, and it's kind of giving you a squeeze, like in a praising way. It's Black Dog. You need to work out more.
I have a fit as a fiddle, and he flexes very quickly.
Morning exercises for you.
I can't do no morning. I got a sleep condition, you see. I gotta get my sleep or I die.
I'd say roll a sense motive.
One-
But
one
roll a sense
Corinne
motive.
and Black Dog are both sort of moving over.
Plus 0. What's Gotano's bluff?
His bluff is plus 11.
So you're infirm.
No, I think that's pretty firm right there. But I'll be okay. I'll be okay. I appreciate your concern. I will take care of it, and I will take care of all the many duties that I do take care of on the ship. You can rest assured of that. Oh, excuse me. I think I hear someone who needs me right now. I'm coming. He says.
Corinne is shaking his head.
Yep.
Like, you should be making yourself strong and impressive.
I imagine there are some pirates that throw their sick overboard. Black Dog. I wonder what sort of ship this is.
It's a good sign that we're keeping the infirm. We'll find a nice hospital bed, a hospice bed for him somewhere.
I don't like that one. Black Dog admits to Corinne.
You don't mean that.
He stalks off to go
He-
futz with his gear. Like, I don't think he has endurance, so he's probably not sleeping in is medium
The
armor.
ultimate freedom is to like and dislike what you want.
Black Dog doesn't agree with that either. He's just going to go futz with his armor and get ready for some well-earned rest.
All right. Who is... so Mulgrimir went out and fought, so I think he's also got charisma damage, so he probably is resting.
Yep.
Grimsby did not fight. He just cast some spells, so he'll be above deck. Yeah, we apparently had a really rough day.
We did have a rough day. Yes, we had a very rough day.
Sunwoo will rest after identifying items. He had a identify prepared. He could have switched up one of his extracts to do another to get through as many items as possible.
All right. Give me a roll, Marty, if you could.
Spellcraft.
Give me some spellcrafts. Yeah.
Okay. Identify, I believe, gives you a plus 10. And is short stone helping?
Short stone is indeed helping.
Okay. 27.
27.
15 would be 12, so I think that's six level caster and lower.
So, of the gear that you are trying to identify,
that's not right. A 12th level caster and lower. Let me look at spellcraft.
I'll be right back. I'm just gonna give my dog some water.
Properties of magic item is 15 plus caster level. So 12th level caster or lower, or standard curses would be 7th level caster or lower.
so you are able to identify all of the basic magic items.
Yep.
All of the trinkets that were provided. There was boots, a cloak. There was an interesting stone used to sharpen swords. A few other trinkets. You were able to identify that there's a weird material. Do you have any ranks in crafting skills or metallurgical stuff?
Yep, he's got craft alchemy plus 16, craft jewelry plus 11, craft armor plus 11.
Okay. You wouldn't have 5 ranks in anything? Do you have 3 ranks in them?
In alchemy, yes.
Okay. So you can either roll a craft alchemy or you can roll a craft armor smithing with a +2 bonus.
No, we'll choose alchemy. 29.
Okay. There was a couple of items here that were made of a quite rare material called black mithril. It is basically light falls into it as opposed to being this like uber reflective material. Its other properties are effectively that of mithril in terms of like hardness. It's hard, it's light, it stays very sharp. It's bad for vampires or werewolves. It has those silvery metallic properties, but it just has this darkness to it. You know that it comes from 29. You know that it comes like it's from around here. When you get like books that you've read or scrolls that you've read from kingdoms far and wide, very rarely talk of this stuff. It's a more local material.
Local to what country?
It's local to the islands.
To the Shackles, where we're headed. Okay.
Yeah, it's local to the Shackles. You might not know specifically the Shackles, but you know it's on the eastern side of the Great Sea. You also note that the armor that you've there was a set of armor made out of this material.
Yep.
You see where runes were previously scraped from this armor. You think that you could probably shadow the armor at a significantly reduced price. Basically half off the shadowy tree of armor trades.
Nice. So you can make it really sneaky armor. I think when we finally do the divvying, this armor ends up on Genzorg.
It'll be very sneaky. The blade, there's similarly a magical dagger made of this material. It would be easy to hide on one's person. And if you try to like invest magics into making it sneaky, there might be enchantments that take better on that material.
Interesting.
The other item that sort of sticks out here, there's an eye patch, which was like this magical eye patch that allows you to see in the darkness, but it makes you basically blind in one eye while you're using it.
Why didn't they just make lenses? So, Sun Wu, he giggles a little bit at the item, but it's not how he would have built it.
It is quite cheap compared to like vision, like goggles of night, or that sort of thing.
Yeah. Somebody's cutting corners.
Some significant corners were cut. You suspect that this probably was used for either sneaking up on things or trying to maneuver on the boat without casting light. So in a no light scenario on the boat, allow you to maneuver.
The move action on those is pretty interesting compared to a standard action for a spell or a potion. So.
Then there's a magical pen that you saw. You know that it has the ability to hold stuff in it, but you didn't quite get a high enough to roll to identify how you're supposed to trigger it.
Okay, we will wrap this one up, and I think when we level, we can try again.
Yep.
Okay.
So you've got Pablo's pen. And you know that there's something in there, but you're unable to identify what's in there. And you do know that it can hold texts as well as like magical spells that are in written form.
Ooh.
So
don't use this pen.
It could have a trap inside. Like you could be writing out an exploding trap.
Don't use this pen, it's very dangerous. We need to look at it later.
Okay. Give me a int or wisdom check DC 10.
I think we'll do int, just on the die.
On the die, okay. Sun Wu.
Total would be 16.
The dangerous pen that you think that we should reserve for later, by the end of you identifying the items, isn't on the spot on the shelf you thought it was supposed to be.
Did you take the pen?
No.
Give me the pen back.
It's over there. He's going to attempt to undo what he did. Give me a perception check.
Nat 1, 8.
Oh, it was on the shelf on the other side of the room. He picks it up from a shelf.
Sun Wu will use a cantrip to look at it with magical sight to determine that it's the same pen.
It is the same pen.
Okay, he's putting it on his person, like he's packing it up into his gear now. I'll just hold on to this until we're ready to look at it again. Apprentice.
Of course, Master Navigator.
Here, play with this. It's very, very powerful. He's gonna take like some shitty trinket that was in the jumble of woman's jewelry.
Here's your brooch of shielding.
Yep. It's a very powerful protection device. It only works for little gnomes.
Give me a bluff.
14.
Might win.
Okay, he puts it on. He puts it on like on the underlayer of his clothing, so it's not obviously showing. Okay, he gives you a nod.
Good work.
All right.
First part we get to, we're gonna get a new apprentice again. Sun Wu's gonna go to bed near the group. Safety in numbers.
Okay, going to bed below deck. All right. Give me a so good. Gotano, you are hiding from the people who are threatening you with work, correct?
Yes.
All right. So Gotano,
He's very. He tries to find a pair of like roper's gloves or something. So if anybody comes along, he can go, oh yeah, it's just about to get to it, you know.
Gotano, you found that one of your preferred sleeping spots or hiding spots on the boat is actually in the launch craft. You can kind of like there's a tarp that goes over them, and you can, and it's near where all the work happens. But it's also quiet enough when you put the tarp down that it's not too obtrusive. you also get to, you're close enough to the action to sort of interact, and you don't need to interact, and you know that you can actually get in between. There's at the fore, there's like this shelf on the front that reinforces the front. In your fox form, you can like curl up inside to where somebody would literally just stick their head in and turn around to actually find you. There's a very like you've found like this is the right spot. It's close enough to midships. Doesn't rock too much. You sit the right way and it rocks you.
And Mark, when we have to abandon ship, you'll be the first one in.
I was just getting the life raft ready for everybody else.
All right.
Women and children and foxes.
That's right.
Marty, could you roll a percentile for me?
Yeah, sure. 30.
30. Wow, B Mark. It's the exact same one you rolled for me when I was prepping the encounter. Does that mean there's two of the encounter? All right. Realistically, there's a 1 in 50 chance because they made Mark roll twice. Okay. I need a D4 from Mark or Marty. Sure.
Damn, I don't think that was good.
4 fleets of pirates.
Gotano, you were waking up to take a leak off the side of the boat. Just, popping up, just pissing off the side. Whoever is currently in the crow's nest obviously isn't as good as Genzori is at this. They might have fell asleep up there. The people of the ship are rather excited. They might be looking in the wrong direction. There is a glowing outline of a vessel to the south. It looks like it's maybe 1,000 feet away. Like it's way too close. And it is a very, very dark night. But you can see it. Got a bit of an unearthly glow about it.
Oh, that's some bad news right there. Okay, hang on. Here we go. Oh, wait. We're getting out the boat. We're getting out the boat. Oh, he trips and falls over.
I'm just gonna go like this. And I will basically tool. Players on current view. They're just putting the ship out in the distance. There's a weird ship that seems to be matching or trying to intercept the ship, but do you have any ranks of profession sailor?
No.
Or any knowledge skill, arcane, photography?
Hang on, let me check.
Any craft?
He's got skills that are kind of needs to keep. He's got nothing.
Okay, it's coming right for you, but you're going that way, but it's still coming right for you.
He just asked the nearest crewman. Hey, I have a question for you. Glowing boats, is there here lots or what?
Currently, Mr. Potts is like leaning up against the main mast, and he's kind of dozing.
Yeah, he's not going to be the one to ride on the crow's nest guy. So he's asking Rando dude.
Hey, Rando pirate number 3.
Yeah.
What was that?
Well, see, I just happened to notice there's a glowing ship coming at us. I don't know, maybe we know them or something.
He learns. What? It's like, ahoy, starboard bow. Like there's like this wakes up the ship as there's people like looking at this. This boat, it's double this distance away, but I am not placing it that far out. This ship is currently keeping pace. There's a bunch of noise and ruckus. Grimsby is aware. Oh, there's a drum going off. Basically, the ship has been put on alert.
Oh, I'll take that as a no. I better make sure that the life raft is ready to go.
Are you hiding in the life raft closer to the weird ship or the one further away?
Oh, we'll go to the one further away. Just make sure that this is all set to go, just in case things go bad.
Okay. There's a bunch of noise and ruckus. Was there a watch order for the people below ships, or was everybody just sleeping calmly as you had like 20 dudes watching your back?
I think there's a whole group of people, and then a couple assigned to the box to.
Okay, there's a couple dudes still watching the box.
I think this group is all trying to sleep to recover their power.
They're recovering their magics. Okay. Up above, the ship is. There's a call being made to keep going forward, and to turn. You're basically trying to run away from the boat. You know they turn a little bit. Port. I think port is right.
Port is left.
Port is left. That would be starboard. They go starboard. They turn to the right, and are sailing. Grimsby is sort of thumping his drum, trying to get people in time with sort of the action. And there are some weapons being readied. Mark, give me a percentile roll.
See, we're only 4th level, so a ghost ship is really bad.
Okay. This ship torments you for 3 hours before disappearing. It doesn't get any closer, it doesn't get any further away, and it seems to be just permanently stuck off the port bow.
I saved us. just random sailor. You're welcome. Just walking by.
Oh my god, Gotano's so full of himself.
Wait till he gets a reputation for charming everybody. Okay. Morning comes. You had a bit of a rough sleep last night, as there was this disruption in the middle of the night where there was some drums being played and a bunch of ruckus that eventually calmed down.
Yeah, Jin greets the day by going up top deck and to bask in the sun, or whatever sun there is that day. Black Dog is starting with morning exercises, and Lee is joining him. I don't know if any of the others are joining.
Karen will join as a show of mind over everything else. Mark, could you roll 2d6?
Sure.
There's actually, it's going to be 2d6 plus 2 because you are currently in a
7.
7. All right. On this day, the weather is there's calm, normal sailing.
2.
Ganzorg is gonna feed Krim, pray to a Katie, and then bring Krim up to the crow's nest. I don't know if Krim can climb, but Krim can fly. So
yeah, Krim likes to sort of fly and circle the boat. She seems to be she's decent at fishing. Or she at least attempts to fish. She'll dive bomb the sea and try to grab things that are upon the surface. I don't think Genzorg knows too much about the sea.
it's scary.
One of these days, an orca is going to snatch it. But
yeah, Krim's got a +9 fly, and she's got a +5 survival. So
yeah, so she can effectively fish. There is rumors aboard the ship that day about the basically being shadowed by the ghost ship.
Okay.
It's just everybody else.
Yeah, that would make the rounds.
So did you Grimsby, y'all are priests, right?
I'm not a priest.
I'm a priest. Kren is in the middle of some sort of squat with a club over his head. Some weird pose.
the snake man's some kind of priest.
Jinshe, Karen, there was a sighting during the evening. We have a problem. Might we have some of your time, Master Jin?
Jin nods.
Grimsby being a little awkward.
It is easier to sight things under the light of the sun.
There was an ill omen last night. An ill omen that all the men could see. My people spend a lot of time near death. Normally I'm the only one that sees it. Everyone can see it. Well, if there's death out there, it's easy. We go punch it in the face. Punch it in the face, be done with it. Grimsby does not look like he thinks the idea of punching whatever it is in the face is the correct solution to a problem.
What do you think we should do, Grimsby?
Do we believe this has anything to do with the artifact of darkness that we brought aboard our ship?
I do. We also slew ghosts. You ghosts and ghoulies were what were found below, if I heard things right.
There's a slow nod and a flick of the tongue from Jin.
I think ghosts come back sometimes. Takes them a while.
Do we believe that the ghost pirate captain is going to return? Most frightening.
Well, I don't know. Ghosts, I punched it. Normally I can't punch ghosts. I don't think so, at least. You need to...
It seemed to become more corporeal when I used my violent radiance.
Corporeal means it has a corpse, right? A corpse that's real. Yeah?
Jin thinks for a moment and nods. He seems to like your reasoning. He's not recalling any expert knowledge, but it seems to be correct.
So, it moved weird. I'm checking to see if Grimsby has... Grimsby does have a professional sailor. He's gonna roll a professional sailor.
What did the ghost ship do?
He rolls a... he rolls a 3. It kept pace with the ship in a weird way. It was using his head out yonder. But the sails weren't matching us. They were towards us, but they were stuck. They were stuck.
A big shrug from Lee.
What are we gonna do with this thing anyways? The dead man's lament. Are we gonna sell it in the nearest port? How far are we from land?
Hey, Captain Man, Mr. Potts, how far away are we from land? At least 5 days hard sail.
Oh.
We'll be at sea for a good week and a bit though, because the close land ain't where we're heading.
I mean, if maybe you'll come back this evening.
Then we can punch it in the face.
Right. This is Black Dog, he likes this plan. If it comes back, we'll punch it.
Mulgamer just looks skeptical.
Gotano, are you still sleeping in the ship?
The poor guy was up all night worrying about ghost ships. You can't expect him to work today. Besides, he's taking ore inventory in the boat because, you know, the big guy keeps throwing ores on him.
Okay, Gotano's busy taking inventory. I'm just checking to see. Grimsby's knowledge, profession sailor was not great. Grimsby is a trap guy, but that wasn't a trap. And he is a bard, so he's going to start. Let's see if we can tell some tales. Yeah, we might have caught ourselves a curse. That was definitely, I think it most definitely probably might have been a ghost ship.
Oh, what does that mean? How do we get rid of it?
Well, give it what it wants. Get it to
What
go haunt somebody else.
does it want?
Probably wants its thing back, the box. There's a good chance it's also what sunk the other ship.
Should we just throw it overboard? Get rid of it?
You don't throw treasure overboard. You sail faster with the treasure and get rid of it to let someone else take the cursed thing. After you've been paid.
You mean a bad guy? You give a bad guy the curse thing after you've been paid.
Depends
Right?
on the curse.
Depends on the curse.
Should we get Sun Wu to see if we could have a look at it, see what it does?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, may as well.
The Venarin, the captain likes the Venarin, says Grimsby.
Yes. I like monkeys too.
Corinne is
Isn't that right, Chum Chum? He just scratches the monkey on his shoulder.
great. Corinne's gonna go.
Does Mulgrimir still have charisma damage this morning? He would have got one back.
He
with
would
8
have
hours?
got one back.
Okay, so he's all good.
He's all good? Okay.
Oh, sorry, I take that back. He took 2 charisma.
Yes.
Does he have an even or odd charisma?
He has a even charisma, so.
So he wants the lesser restoration from Jin, is what you're saying?
Well,
One
not
HP, some spells.
he's not going to beg for it. He's not begging for it. If it's offered, he'll
Yeah,
say
Jin's going to offer the first mate to make sure he's healthy. He looks like
It's pretty obvious that Mulgrimir has like this black handprint still on his skin. Like it's like all of the color's been sapped away.
Yep. We'll use our domain spell for that.
Cool. Thank you.
Grimsby is going to sleep this day because he was up all night on ghost ship watch.
Him and Gotano just on ghost ship duty. That's what happened.
Yeah, Grimsby and Gotano, they don't. Well, Grimsby's better at fighting ghosts than about anything else. Okay, Corinne will go and fetch Sun Wu.
Someone's currently in an argument with Shortstone over something. How to fix the damaged charts that we got from the sunken boat. They're in an argument about the best way to dry them out.
Come now. You're both right. It's like mutually exclusive.
I mean, we could take half the pages and do it his way and half my way and see who's right.
And if that doesn't work, settle it with an arm wrestle, and whoever wins is the way you go. Hey, Sun Wu.
Okay, arm wrestle?
Yeah, you know.
No, someone will arm wrestle Shortstone. Medium character with a 12 strength. Like he climbs things.
We just take a quick drink here first.
Okay, Corinne, one person agreed. All right, Shortstone. Okay, this is how an arm wrestling. They suddenly puts on a little table.
His arms are so wee. Well, I don't want to arm wrestle. I don't want to wrestle arms with you.
No. I am the referee. That's how we know it's a competition. You grab here, you grab here. I didn't agree to this. Okay. He's wiggling. Loose. 3, 2, 1 for core.
Sun Wu's gonna use his tail to help him with the arm wrestle.
Okay. Shortstone rolls a natural 20.
Bullshit, little bastard.
He has a size penalty. His strength is 10, and he has a -4 for size. So that's a 16.
Okay, and then I've got a +1, and then what do I get for using my tail for cheating?
You can roll a check to aid yourself.
Okay. I aid myself.
So +2 for using your tail.
I get a 6. Oh, you slippery little bastard! It hurt my elbow.
All right, so apparently hang dry them. It is whatever.
Well, when you ruin them all, I'll just tell the captain it was your idea.
If we do it your way, it'll be full of creases. Creases everywhere. Well, we were somewhere between the creases. All right, Kieran's waving that off. We've solved it. For Cord! He holds up Shortstone's head. For Cord!
Someone who's never deciding anything this way again. What do you want? What are we doing?
We need you to look at the thing. We have to have you check out our curse.
Curse? What curse? Okay, someone who's like detecting magic to see if there's any lingering aura over the boat.
Give me a caster level check.
Caster level check +4. Not 20. 24.
Okay. There is a aura over the boat.
Oh, I didn't ever see this before when we were identifying things, or did I? I'm not sure. Maybe I was... He looks... Gotano! What is the aura? Is like...
Let's give you your spellcraft check.
Okay. 20?
20. Okay. There is currently a there's an abjuration on the boat right now.
Does somebody protect the boat? Not sure. Gotano? Where's Gotano? You want to see Gotano?
Sun Wu, there's some snoring. North thingy.
Hey! You're getting poked in the ribs with a...
Just a second, I'm getting the rope.
Getting the rope.
You
He
sleeping
pops
here?
out with no rope.
Yeah. You sleeping there?
Nah, I was looking for rope. We need rope on the boat. It's all over the place. Looking for some more.
Corinne is getting a really big coil of rope and is putting it on Gotano. One of those big, thick, thick ropes.
Okay, I'll just put that down over. It off because he can't lift it.
Did you cast any spells on the boat?
I'll move that later. Casting it? What? I don't know magic. What are you talking about?
Gotano.
I know like a little bit of magic. I can clean myself. I can clean you. I can clean you, big man. Because you even though you had a bad, you're a little ripe already. It's all that sweating you do. It's not good for you.
It is the smell of victory.
I take that as no, it's actually a lot.
Victory smells pretty bad. Please put your arms down.
I think it's all the drink and the hard work.
You can smell
you gotta pick
victory.
one.
Mulgrimir, are you aware of any spells that are on the boat? I'm seeing...
No, from what I'm assuming he does not.
You have detect magic?
He has detect magic. I actually don't know if he's got spellcraft yet, though.
Well,
he's got so many skills he has to take.
If you have detect magic, then you have not noticed. You have not seen a. You were not under the impression that the boat was enchanted. Give me a profession sailor, Mulgrimir.
Okay.
As being like involved as a captain, and you have a little bit of prior information about the ship. You're on the ship for a long time.
17.
17. So you know that there's like typically boats with special figureheads can accept magic, and that's like how you distinguish between like a good ship and a not good ship. Is basically you get your masterwork boat,
Mm-hmm.
and then you enchant the figurehead.
And does this boat have a figurehead?
This boat did not have a figurehead. You were in search of a figurehead. You were trying to basically loot a figurehead.
All right.
You had been on one boat previously that had a figurehead, and you knew that you could like really scare others. Like on that particular ship, you would douse the thing in oil, light it on fire, and ram it into other people's boats because it wouldn't burn. You just turned it into a flaming ram, and it was like this cool thing that you did. Now, that's also a very dangerous way of interacting. Somebody stole your figurehead, and you changed pirate crews. Like it was.
Fair.
This ship has a bit of an enchantment. I don't remember seeing it before. Is it new? It's abjuration, which is protection magic, which is odd. Maybe not odd, but
as far as I
here,
know,
I'll show it to you. And you'll cast detect magic and show him. If you look at it, it's sort of like like just under the corner of your eye. You can see a little bit of a glow, and it's everywhere. Is it everywhere on the boat?
It is everywhere on the boat, although you really have to focus your spell to see it. It's almost like it's hidden.
Okay, and does it cover like things that aren't part of the boat, like the away craft and that sort of thing? Or
While the away craft are connected to the boat, they are covered.
okay, what about us?
This particular spell, you're not covered. The living things in the boat.
We're not affected by it, but it's on the thing that is, it's keeping us alive 5 days from land or whatever. I heard that.
I'm pretty certain that I could swim for 5 days if I wanted to.
I doubt that very much. Well, is it like any of the magic you found on the items we recovered?
No. There's that creepy thing that we put in the box, though. Maybe
But
it's coming from there.
it wasn't magical. We cast the spell and everything, and it didn't.
Some magic, and he glances at Gotano. Some magic can conceal itself.
Can it?
Yes, it can.
That very neat. All right.
So
Have you,
shakes his head.
Corinne, have you ever seen such a magic?
No. The tail is behind Gotano, pointing at Gotano.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know.
So, what do we do? I still say we punch it. I don't know what I'm supposed to be punching, but I'm certain I'm supposed to punch something.
Maybe I can identify the aura. Yeah, let's try that. Gotano, can I have your help? Do you know about magical theory? What are the first letters in the magical alphabet? The first three. If he says A, B, and C,
No.
Corinne is going to roll his
Z-
spellcraft.
YX?
17 on the aid check.
those are just the last three letters of the common alphabet.
Yeah, but well, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay.
Omega, Upsilon, Theta. I don't know.
Yeah. Current's got it. Okay. Sky Man. Yeah, he's going to identify the aura using one of his.
Yeah, he's a magic sky man. You should ask him.
If you want to have fair competition, one needs to know about spells.
Okay.
We're having a competition.
39
yeah,
on the
all right.
spellcraft, which is 24th level magic.
Okay. Currently, the ship has an increased hardness by 5.
Oh.
It is under a hardness, like I believe it's called harness.
Someone who just stomps his foot on the boat's super sturdy because of this abjuration effect, although I'm not certain where it came from. Mulgrimir, could you go ask the captain to see if he did something?
Well, he is captain like sleeping now, or
Yeah, the captain is sleeping.
the captain is sleeping right now. I will ask him when we switch.
Okay. Well, I got one more of these things for the creepy thing in the box if we want to go look.
Yes, I think this is worth our time.
Gotano, aren't you supposed to be guarding the box?
No, I was. Then these other two guys took over. So, no, they were really nice about it too, because they saw, oh, poor Gotano there, he all sleepy. He's so sleepy, poor little guy. So they took over for me. It was nice of them.
We probably should get you in front of the box before the captain wakes up. All right.
Grimsby, you like dead things, right? You smell like a dead thing.
He doesn't smile. He doesn't frown.
Oh, that's just.
I am interested in the artifact.
Oh, okay. Come, we're gonna go have a poke at it.
Resigned sigh. You go down. All right, Mark, can you give me 2 d20 rolls?
2d20, you got it. 20, well, 14 and 10, or 24 total.
Okay. There's 2 men watching the chest. They both seem to be like sitting, looking at the chest. Give me sense motives from Samu, Grimsby, and Mulgrimir. Grimsby, I think is just going to take a 10 because take 10.
Sunwoo gets a 2. He's thinking about magical things.
Grimsby also didn't. Orcs are really simple creatures, as in he didn't take any ranks. Okay, yeah, there are 2 men looking at a box.
12 for Mulgrimir.
Sir, no one has interfered with the box, sir.
Oh, good.
The priest is coming down. Jin.
The priest could also roll sense motive, although he's learning about things. I believe he actually takes a penalty for sensing the motives of not his species.
28.
Okay, even with a penalty, the men aren't under an enchantment compulsion, but there's signs of influence potentially.
These men have been ensorcelled, likely by the thing in the box.
You two go switch with so and so and so and so.
Sir, protect the box. Protect the box. Right? So they're swapping out with others. I'm just gonna pull them out and pull them back in again. But a new pair of men watching. And again, it's one from each, one member of each of the old crews, just to make certain things are on the level.
Jin is watching what the other crews are doing. Like the 2 guys who were just relieved. Are they going to go about their business, or are they still lingering near the box?
They're moving a little bit slow, but they do go about their business. It looked like it was kind of hard for them to take the eyes off it.
Much like a hypnosis, there are some of my species that can play tricks upon the minds of lesser beings. It is all in the sway.
Are you telling me you hypnotize people by dancing?
I do not.
He's Master Mulgrimir. He said others of his species do.
Yeah, I can believe it. There was this lady once. She hypnotized me by swaying and jumping, and but it was not her eyes I was looking at.
So who giggles?
There's a smirk from one of the pirates that just came in.
So we need to have a look at this thing. Sunwoo's not like opening the box.
Grimsby will go forward and open the box.
Somebody's going to open it like that. Make sure it's safe. Look for traps.
Jin is going to detect undead in the.
You're the one who
direction of
fucking
box.
taught me that one.
Grimsby will look for traps first. 28. He does not sense a trap. He opens the box.
Detect undead. He's getting Grimsby in it. I don't know with Grimsby's.
Oh, with Grimsby's grimness.
Yep.
So Grimsby, give me 1 second.
He's got a negative energy thing, doesn't he?
He does. All right. So he always deals damage to incorporeal beings. He is gaunt. He is hardy against undead spells. He has seen death and has haunted eyes. It took every edgelord power there was for Grimsby.
The fact he's a dwarf just makes him fucking awesome.
Yeah.
I just don't know if he's healed by
No,
negative energy.
I don't think he is yet healed by negative energy. I'm checking. No, he took Raise the Dead. He has a skeletal buddy that he can pop out of existence. Nope, not currently. Grimsby looks like really like it's a detect undead. There's like it's not enough to pop the spell, but there's like a warmth to Grimsby. Like it's just he's a little bit weird under the magic.
Okay, Jinshe makes a note. Where he found them was on a boat full of half zombies and
There was
stuff.
a bunch of zombies and stuff on the boat. So
And he knows Grimsby is able to command them, so it's fine. Jin also channels negative energy. He just doesn't. I think he's got the power that does the both. Yeah, versatile channel.
okay, give me a caster level check on your detect undead.
Fourth level. 10.
You detect no undeath from the box. It's like there's something undeath like about Grimsby that you can sort of smell. And let me just check the power of it, because you are actually detecting. I think it's minor. It would be you kind of detect a lingering moderate aura around Grimsby.
Your light is foul, dwarf, as if you sleep with the dead.
I've got my friends, and you've got yours.
If you do not mind stepping out of the way so that I can get a better look at the artifact.
Apologies, Master Priest.
Yeah, he will lean in, slither up. He was going to say something more to Grimsby, but he held back a little bit, his tongue flicking in and out, and then he concentrates, continues to concentrate on the spell and is now looking into the chest.
Okay. There is a creepy statue of a man, of a humanoid male, very gaunt, in the process of committing some form of self-harm.
Most curious.
If you stone to flesh this, if this was a flesh to stone incident, they would be dead because there is no like lower half. It kind of or maybe it's a species without legs, mermaids with really short bottoms. It very much looks like a carving, but it's of extremely good detail.
And no undeath is emanating from it.
You're not detecting undeath from it.
Okay, he will back off, but maintain concentration of the spell. It lasts for 4 minutes.
Okay.
I detect no death coming from this artifact.
Chum Chum's undead, yeah?
No, Chum
Or is
Chum
he a
is
homunculus?
he's a living construct.
Okay, all right.
Like
He's not undead.
He's not undead. Yeah.
Okay.
Is Chum with you?
Actually, I think his token got left on deck. There,
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay. If everything's okay, there's no traps and no undeath, I think I'm gonna mosey on. Oh, it's so ugly.
He looks at Jin. Jin just gives him a slight nod, looks back at Volgramir.
You
Um,
want me to cast things on it?
is there any knowledge skill, knowledge history, knowledge local for?
Knowledge history, knowledge local, the shackles. Bards have this ability to just knowledge the right location. Like, just knowledge local of the thing. Grimsby can aid you because he is a bard.
I will use history. Well, they're both the same. So.
Sunwoo can aid, auto aid.
Actually,
we'll
Grimsby's going to roll because he can like mega aid.
Yeah. Sunwoo aids you with a +3.
3.
Grimsby aids with a +4.
Holy shit!
He should have just rolled
Dead
it.
Man's Lament.
Yes,
Maybe we've heard of this before.
31.
31. The Dead Man's Lament. You know that this is an artifact that has changed hands a few times. You know that it comes from an island in the Shackles. You know that it was crafted, or you believe it's commonly believed is the right way to phrase it, that it was crafted by elves that used to live amongst the islands. Those elves were of a they have very pale skin and lived in the wilds, and they're sometimes referred to in literature as cannibals. There's scholarly conflicting information about how true that was, and then also in the definition of cannibalism. There's the argument of whether it is like cannibalism of self, as in they would consume their own kind, versus eating of other sentients, which is also typically referred to as cannibalism. There's an academic discussion there. This is an artifact that is vaunted. You know that it can be, or has been in the past, been a figure ship, a figure on many boats. In the past, there was a 1,000 years ago there was a pirate fleet that this was at the head of it. It's vaunted by collectors. It is associated with undeath. It is associated with bad luck. But there's also associations with like very powerful boats.
So, do I have any idea? No idea, like what it does for a boat? So if it turns us all into undead, I'm not down with that.
Yeah, Grimsby would be cool with that, but
I'm the captain now, puppets.
You suspect that if left to its own devices, ill would become of the ship. All of the stories, all of the good end stories that you know about this thing involve people harnessing its power in some way. Most of the bad end version of the stories, and all the stories involve people, like all of them are dead. There's no story that doesn't involve and then they die. But the more horror stories that you that have been pieced together of like, how did it get back here? It's like, well, they think this ship that got lost might have interacted with this ship that got lost, and then hey, look, it was found back on the island that it started at. This power, the ships that basically didn't interact with it or didn't have like connection to it were the ones that had bad things happen, and there's lots of like lost at sea kind of stories.
Oh,
Okay.
So, let's see if we can figure out what it's doing. Maybe it's the source of the abjuration. Oh,
Sun was gonna check detect magic. Is the abjuration effect coming from this thing?
Okay. So detect magic previously didn't work on this.
Yep.
This item is protected by that same aura of abjuration.
Okay.
This item, but not us. is protected by the abjuration. It could be coming from it, or it could just be have the abjuration on it. Maybe the old man cast a spell on the boat.
You mean the old guy we beat the shit out of?
Yeah.
Or the old guy we beat the shit out of?
He was a scholar that spent his life trying to find this thing. And the elven lady that Ganzorik has a crush on?
The one who's might be a cannibal. No, based on the stories.
No. She's from a different part of the world, but
Nah, that's what she says.
she was interested in the scholar, likely because the scholar was her ex-husband and also wanted this. So,
Something about what you said made Grimsby like the most chortly you've heard Grimsby ever in like 5 years. Mogramir. There's something about the ex-wife, the ex-wife story that just tickled Grimsby.
this might not work, Mogramir. It seems to be resistant to magic, but we'll try.
Sunwoo will cast Identify. Well, drink his Identify extract. And through glazed eyes, have a look at the item.
Okay, give me a d20 roll.
This is the spellcraft?
This is a d20 roll.
Oh, just a d20? 7.
7. Okay, for a moment, you think the dead man looked at you. Like it just kind of like this little like.
Did you see that? It looked at me.
Nobody else saw that.
It is very lifelike, but no, it did not look at
No.
you.
It animated and looked at me. It kind of gave me a little wink or something.
No, we were all watching. He looks around. No,
I did not see anything.
no.
Did Jin pick anything up from his detect undead while that was happening?
Give me a spellcraft modified by your wisdom roll or a perception check.
Perception plus 13 spellcraft. These of the Mogramir school spellcraft.
Spells around me.
In
Grimsby's also of that school.
15.
I know these spells. That's it.
If I
And the way I cast them.
if I don't do it, it doesn't count.
15 perception.
15? No, you did not. You did not
Okay.
notice.
Okay.
And then the spellcraft check from the Identify is Mogramir. Mogramir doesn't have it.
And neither does Grimsby or Jinshe. All of these casters.
30 on the spellcraft.
You identify the hardening effect.
Just the hardening. Nothing from you there. Dead eyes. Nope, nothing.
He's gonna hop back to the box. Doesn't like being in the vicinity of the box. Didn't like the experience of it looking at him.
Okay. Well, let's close it up. Sooner we get rid of this thing, the better.
Well, we could make it our figurehead.
You missed the part where I said, and all the stories end with "and they died." They all died.
Everybody's story ends with they died, sir.
Yes, but they don't end with "and the whole crew died."
That's for people that ignored it. Maybe it really wants to be out in the open so it could dance in the sea.
Mogramir looks at it. This is not a sea dancer. First of all, no legs, no dancing.
I think we just established the snake man can dance.
His tail is like legs. Stop doing sexy dance. It's not working for you.
It most definitely is not like legs. Says Jin.
Does it get you around?
Your legs are a very clumsy form of locomotion.
Yes. However, I can step over a spill. You go right through it and spray it all around. It's very not nice. However, if we put mops under you and you just walk around the deck, no one has to swab but you.
Is that an order?
I think we should try it.
Jin, that's not an order. That is a joke.
I see.
Sometimes the master's jokes are like that.
Jin bares his fangs.
That is a smile, I think.
Or he's about to eat a baby. It was joke. Like, here's another joke. Maybe I stick up Sunwoo's bum and use him as mop.
No, it's not funny.
It's kind of funny.
No, it's
Picture
not.
it. Picture it.
Next time you want something identified, don't come to me. Come here. Think of a monkey.
I do not think he liked your joke.
That's because he was the butt of joke. Hey, see, another pun. Butt, because the stick goes in butt.
The Venarin is sensitive.
Yes, well, he is on pirate ship. He's going to tough it out.
I think most creatures would be sensitive to a mop being shoved up their rear orifice.
Yes, he means it's
Sensitive would be the right word.
sensitive. Is yes, it's not the sensitive he meant, but yes, you are accurate in your description.
Okay. Jin goes about his. He looks at the guards and like gives them a nod, and then goes to bask in the sun. And
They nod at the weird snake man and the first mate who is making fun of the making fun of the monkey. They're like, "Cool, it's okay to make fun of the monkey." Got it. Later, when they see the monkey burn something to ashes, maybe they won't make fun of the monkey.
You haven't seen him in combat yet.
Nope, he's
just magic missile at extreme range is.
he's just trying to make friends, and it's not quite working. All right.
To be fair, so was gonna Ted charisma. He's kind of brainy.
On this day, I need a percentile roll for the daytime. See if anybody gets upset and starts chasing you.
Mark.
Ah.
Oh, they're done playing with the undead we left?
Oh, we got a whole day over there.
Sorry, was that a D10 or D20? Sorry.
100.
Percentile.
Oh, 100. 56.
Okay. It is smooth sailing this day. Is there anything you're trying to accomplish?
I think Sunwoo and Lihita using, now that we've got magic, are swapping spells.
Okay.
There are some first level spells that we could swap in our alchemy.
Does anybody have a chance of failing their spellcraft or alchemy checks?
What is the DC?
It's like 15 plus spell level, I think.
And then we can use alchemy to do it?
I think for alchemists you can.
Yep. So there's a chance that Lihita can fail.
Is it like, what is the chance?
Is it 10 plus spell level or learning spells, or is it 15? Learning spells.
Always learning. I thought it was 15, but let's see, adding spells. True.
15 plus spell level. Yeah, Lee can fail.
Okay. Just hit a couple of rolls.
Yep.
Assuming failing on one or two. Or is he more dumb than that?
Yeah. So I think it's one a day, right?
No, it's one spell level per hour.
Per hour plus 1 hour of writing down. So you could probably do 4 in a day, and he's got 4, so I'll roll 4 times. We've got enough ink that we can just do this.
Yep.
The DC 16. He made all of them.
You made all of them. Yep.
Yep. And then Sun Wu auto makes.
And we'll auto makes them. Yep.
Yeah, so Lee's learning comprehend languages, identify reduce person, and anticipate peril from Sun Wu. And Sun Wu is learning true skill, enlarged person, and abundant ammunition from Lee. So there's like a cross-cultural exchange, and I think that costs us 70.